When I came to Charlotte my first year, I wasn't a believer. So when I came to Crew for the first time, I didn't know what it meant to love God and to love other people like Christ did. But my experience that first year really showed me a glimpse of that. The way that the people in this ministry were really intentional about getting to know me and building a relationship toward me and just showing me a lot of love. It was really rewarding for me and more than they probably know. So that first year really opened my eyes to who God is, what a God-centered community looks like, and it helped me to learn more about Him and experience Him and the love that He has for me.
I got involved with Crew after a pretty tough freshman year of not really knowing where I belong or trying to figure out where I fit in. And I heard about Crew through a few people that I knew that were involved, and so I decided to go and try it out and everything.
My career experience was amazing. It was too short, but I was able to meet a lot of great people and get to know a lot of great things. My first time I went to Crew was with Emmanuel. He decided that he should ask me and take me with him, and it was something that I'd never regret. Immediately when I walked in, their people were really friendly and welcoming, and they immediately invited me to a few events of theirs during the week. So I started going to their Bible study, which was exactly the same. It was just really nice, and I felt really comfortable, and people were just great.
My favorite memory would have to be my summer project that I went to in Santa Cruz after my sophomore year. It was a very rewarding experience in that it was the first time I got to experience what it was like to be living in a Christ-centered community, and I got to see how everyone encouraged and loved on each other, and the personal and spiritual growth that I went through was just amazing in itself, and so it was definitely a very rewarding, memorable experience.
Well, I have a lot of favorite memories, but one that really sticks out to me is I remember the exact day on summer project in Santa Cruz when me and Aaron decided that we wanted to lead Bible study together. And I just remember being pretty nervous about it, and we didn't know exactly what we were doing and whether anybody would show up or not. But I just remember that first Bible study, people did show up, but over the next few weeks it was kind of off and on, and which was kind of hard for us. But during the next semester, we started to get a group of solid girls who came, and they were really invested, and we got to know them really well, and it's just been really cool to see how that's grown from then to now, and to see how Christ has worked in their lives too. So.
My favorite memory is probably being able to attend Encounter, which is Crew's Winter Conference. For the past 2 years I've been able to go, and I'm really glad that I have. Being able to study God's Word and worship Him for three or 4 days continuously is such a cool experience, and being able to do it with over thousands of college students, it's really cool. And this past one was especially memorable for me because there was a designated time for a men's talk, and it was there that myself and a lot of the other guys were really taught what it means to be godly men, and that inspired us to start having Man Up Mondays this semester, and I'm just really grateful that we have.
So I learned a lot about, just in general, about God and about faith and about trusting Him. I think that's the main point. I learned about trusting Him, and one specific example is they had these 4 weeks, like 4 weeks ongoing meetings, how to talk about Jesus, how to speak about Jesus, so how to evangelize in a natural surroundings with your friends, colleagues, and so on. I've never really done something like that before, and it helped me a lot to have some skills, or just to know how to start conversations about the thing that is most important to us, or should be most important to us.
Coming to the States was a bit of an escape from everything in South Africa. I was not in a very good place. I was really unhappy. I was angry with God. I was angry with the church, and I didn't really know what I wanted with my life. Coming here and slotting in with Crew gave me the opportunity to reevaluate where I was at. I didn't know what was going to happen when I came here. I didn't really know what to expect, but Crew being there just taught me that God really still remembers me. He hasn't forgotten about me. He still loves me. And being here has just renewed this thinking, and it's just been able to give me new life, and I'm really in a lot better place than I was before.
Come set your rule and reign.
So there's a few things that stick out to me that I've learned. One thing is that loving other people, actively loving other people, is really important. And number two is that God gives us our purpose day by day, not all at one time. And I would say the third thing that I've learned is that we need to preach the gospel to ourselves every day, because I think that sometimes it's something that we think that we've moved past, but really, like, it's the most profound and beautiful thing about God. And sometimes we forget that, and I encourage you to, whenever you're going through the stress of class or school or even crew planning, outreaches, Bible studies, remembering like why we do all of that stuff. It all goes back to the cross, and that's the most important.
So my advice to the crew ladies and guys is keep building relationships. Keep being friends with each other. Keep going to Denny's to cook out, and just caring for each other. This is so important, and that means so much to people. Keep approaching to new people that are here for the first time. Invite them and involve them with crew.
My advice to everyone at Crew would be to never doubt that you have an impact on this campus. You impacted my life without maybe even knowing it, and you guys just made a huge difference in my life. So whether it might seem that way, just never lose hope, never lose faith. You guys are making an impact, and just don't ever forget that.
I guess my advice would be to remember that while having a Christ-centered community is a great thing, and the wise counsel that comes from that is also a great thing, it's important to remember to maintain a personal relationship with God, because if you're going to everybody else for all your needs and all your advice, then it's very easy to lose sight of God.
My advice for the men and ladies of Crew would be to have a discipleship relationship with someone. For the past 3 years, I've been discipled by Tyler Miller, and it has helped me grow tremendously over that time. It's just so rewarding to have someone in your life who's investing in you weekly, teaching you, and just talking about life together. Discipleship has encouraged me in my walk with God, and it's taught me more about who He is, more about the gospel, and how it all applies to life. So I would encourage you to look for someone who's a little older than you, whether that be a junior or senior or someone on staff. I'm sure they would love to get together with you and encourage you in your walk with God.